Welcome to the show your parents, the PTA and the asleep don't want you to hear. The Helios blog. Today, on the Whatever podcast, they're asking girls to rate themselves, and one girl has an interesting reaction. You'll see what I mean.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Starting with you.
Can't pick seven.
How I view myself, or I'm rating.
You got to do it into the.
Do
mic.
I want to be?
You got to speak.
Sorry. Am I rating myself or am I rating someone?
Your own looks.
Yeah.
My own looks? I will give myself a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Disaster.
I went through a lot of therapy to get myself to where I feel like I'm a 10 out of 10, so I'm gonna remove myself from this conversation because I'm not gonna let a podcast undo years of therapy. Thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah, again, when you ask the girls, rate yourself 10 out of 10 on looks only, do they ever do it? Oh, I'm a 10. I'm a queen.
Thank you.
Wait, you mean, I'm a little confused.
I had a lot of issues with self-esteem, and I worked through them a lot in therapy, and part of that is seeing myself a 10 out of 10, so I'm gonna keep that delusion for me. Thanks.
So just to be clear, if you were to engage in this conversation and on this podcast, it would totally be catastrophic to years and years of therapy.
I just don't want to continue the.
So she can't actually say her real attractiveness number, because if she says it, she'll undo years of self-brainwashing. All that rationalization to keep herself afloat because she's doing everything wrong and won't ever have a man and will end up with cats and boxed wine. Yeah, you're gonna undo that
Conversation because I feel like it could be, if we belabor the point like we did about what was going on before. To me, I think I'm a 10 out of 10, and that's all I need to say about that.
Well, okay. I want to actually explore this.
Sure. Okay.
In terms
Let's
of.
do it.
Well, just in terms of.
In a mental health standpoint, or how?
Well, I just. If therapy is actually effective, how would having a conversation undo years and years of therapy?
Because a trigger can do stuff like that. If you have a triggering situation.
Mm-hmm. And so part of your therapy entailed viewing yourself in terms of your own physical appearance as perfect.
It's
10 out of 10.
Along the lines of hyping yourself up, you're you're a bad bitch, you're great. Saying those affirmations are.
So your therapist didn't tell you to lose weight. Your therapist told you to just affirm that you're good looking and not ever fix the issues that are preventing you from being successful in the dating market. Is that what you're saying?
Something that helped me a lot in my journey.
Sure. Well, let me ask you a different question then.
Journey.
Oh yeah, you love that word.
The journey.
Have you ever seen a beautiful girl with a mid guy?
Sure.
Yeah. Is that a phenomenon? Any other girls?
Didn't I tell you I don't want to talk about this because of my mental health? I'm going to draw a boundary here and move on.
Okay. If it affects your mental health, we'll just move on.
I would like to move on, please.
I was asking a different question though. Other panelists, have you seen this phenomenon of mid guys with beautiful girls?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, I'll move on to you.
Unfortunately, I haven't gone to therapy. I used to think of myself as a 3, but with this job, I think I'm a 6.
With a what?
With this job, social media and everything, posting myself more often.
Your job?
Yeah.
So before the job, you were a 3.
Yeah.
With the job, you're now a 6 in terms of your looks. So
Again, girls, when they get validated online, when they get validated online constantly, they have an overinflated sense of their self-worth, and they then ruin themselves because they price themselves out of the relationship market. They're only on the banging market.
Your looks have increased because of...
Self-esteem is a powerful
I thought
thing.
you didn't want to talk on this topic.
Yeah, I thought you didn't want to engage.
Yeah, I feel like it has helped me like boost my confidence, change what I look like to make myself feel prettier.
So your face shape...
By the way, she does OF.
Has transformed ever since doing porn?
I guess.
It's, maneuvered.
Change my hair, yeah.
Yeah, but you could have changed your hair prior to doing the porn. Okay. So just to be clear, the question isn't about your confidence. It's just about physical looks.
6.
Okay.
I'd say an 8, maybe.
8? Okay.
Not anymore.
I'd say about a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say I was 6. I think I'm like a 3.
Okay.
Wow.
I would have usually said
realistic girls. That's incredible about their looks. Although some of them are more
7, but you can't say 7, so I'm
That's what I would have gone with. Yeah.
I'll go with 8.
Okay.
8.
Andrew?
4.
Give myself a 5. Give myself a 5.
Why are you guys rating yourself so low? That just makes me so sad.
Yeah.
5 is average. 4 is below average. You can have other value adds to make yourself more attractive, right?
That makes me so sad.
Well,
that
it's you guys
always
good to better
yourself.
yourself.
Are y'all going
Well, you have to
based on
think.
the
You have to
Reddit,
go on
like
the scale. So
It's about the
10 is like the
confidence,
most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Where
do
would
you don't
you
feel
rate
that way about
according-
yourself?
It's
reality. No, it's reality.
If you
Yeah.
don't feel that way about yourself, how's anybody else going to feel that
It's
way
not about
you?
how I feel.
That's not how that works, idiot. Reality is the biggest determiner of your success. Okay, by the way, here's how it goes. If you guys want to know. If you want to know as a man how attractive you really are, to have a relationship, a long-term relationship with a girl where you have the right frame, where she behaves the way that she's supposed to in relation to you, which means she's submissive and you're in charge and all that, you need to be minimum 1 point more attractive than her. But really, to maintain good behavior over the long term, it should be 2 points. So if you're with a girl who's a 6 and she has perfect behavior with you, and she sees you as her like alpha, whatever, like Chad, you're probably 2 points more attractive than her. So if you objectively see your girl as a 6, you're an 8. This is actually why attractive girls are so hard to control, right? And when I say control, I mean it's hard to get them to be in that submissive girl frame. You have to do much more work because most guys aren't more attractive than them. To be more attractive than like a 10, you have to be one of the most competitive men in history. And when I say that, I mean you're like 99th percentile in terms of wealth. You're not like you're very attractive physically. You're taller than average, and you're intelligent. You need to be all of those things. And then a girl who's a 10 objectively will be submissive and nice and all that with you, organically, right? So it rarely happens, right? But that's why you see like these 10 movie star girls constantly breaking up, because they get so much attention, they get so much validation, they know they're one of the most attractive girls ever, right? And so nobody can tell them nothing, right? And so this is why I recommend as a man, you become the best version of yourself, and then I would rather 100 times out of 100 have a girl who's a 6 out of 10 with perfect behavior than get a girl who's an 8 out of 10 who's an asshole and who's uncontrollable. 100 times out of 100. Because the relationship dynamics are very important for long-term success of a relationship. This is why it's important for a girl to know realistically what her level is. Because if you are a 6 objectively as a girl, you know you can get an 8. Man. But you can definitely not ever get a 10. So does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if I'm making sense.
It's the actual looks.
I'll just put this out there. That this is the most honest woman I've ever seen on this podcast ever. The most honest. Yes.
Okay.
Most honest. Most honest answer I've ever heard from a woman on the podcast.
Grid One Motorsports donated $200.01. I agree with.
That's because she's very masculine. So, people that work in the culinary industry are just masculine by, that's just how they are. She might even be a girl that goes after other girls.
My fellow Nashvilleian, long engagements are stupid. Expensive wedding ceremonies that start your life together in debt are insanity. Question for the panel: do you support feminism?
Yeah, we'll get into that. Really quick, just going around the table, do you support feminism?
Yes.
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 Not today's feminism.
Yeah, it depends on what feminism means to.
They're all the same.
No.
Feminism.
No.
Fuck no. No.
Okay. So going back to the whole 10 thing.
So the tide is turning against womanism, but here's the problem. Because of how womanism is so steeped in our culture, most of these girls, like 80%, will still be womanist, even though they say they don't agree with it. The tide hasn't changed. Like the underlying notion of how people live their lives is womanism.
I'm going to ask one other different question here. So do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years' time as compared to now? So you're 23. Do you think you'll be better looking at 33 than you are now at 23?
I don't think I'm going to change much. I think I'll look relatively the same.
Okay. What about, so same in terms of attractiveness, 33 to 23. What about 43, 20 years' time?
I'll probably look more attractive, 33.
So,
or 23, 33, yeah. I would say 43. I'll look older. I don't think, older is less attractive, though. I think, I just don't feel like that.
So the question is not, will you still be attractive? You may very well still be attractive, not making that claim at all. But the question is just, will you be more, the same, or less attractive as you currently are at your current age?
The same, I would say, because I'd say that factor changes based on age. What someone considers like a hot 45-year-old is going to be very different than what they consider like a hot 25-year-old. So if I consider myself attractive at this age,
so she's saying the rating scale changes, and that's why she'll still be attractive, relatively speaking. No, but compared to yourself at 20, you will be less attractive.
I would consider myself attractive at 43 as well too.
Okay. What about 53?
Yes.
63?
Yeah. Look, there's grandmas that can still get it.
Sure.
There's, I don't, yeah.
Okay. And then going to you, you're 31. Do you think you'll be more attractive in 10 years' time?
I think this conversation is objectifying and disgusting.
So do you
I'll pass.
You're very
well. Why is it disgusting? It's a simple question. We can answer it too. Do you think it's objectifying women or objectifying
I think it's objectifying in general.
I don't understand.
What's wrong with objectification?
I'm not a fan of it. So.
Why?
Do you wait?
See, can I just pass? Do you really want to break this down?
You could just engage. You requested to be on the show.
I did. Sure. Right. But there's the two things that I didn't want to do. I didn't want to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10, and that's.
All right. You promise those are the only two things you don't want to talk about?
Yeah, and I don't want to my body count because that's it.
Okay, so 3 things.
No, I said rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10 and my body count.
Yeah, but this isn't rating, though.
Oh, well, in 10 years, okay, I think there's the potential to do both because of plastic surgery and lots of things.
Okay.
Well, how about this? Do you think...
That won't help you unless you have surgery to, let's say, become less rotund.
What about 51 compared to 31?
I don't think they understand the question.
I don't know.
20 years' time. Do you think you'll be...
I don't think they understand the question. I think they think that what you're asking is, could you possibly look better than you do now? And then they're thinking, oh, I could exercise, I could la la la. It doesn't matter how much you exercise and how many surgeries you get, you'll look less attractive at 50 than you did at 20. you wasted the prime years of your life at this weight.
Better looking in...
I don't know. I don't see things in that way.
So when you age, are there changes to your face, your skin?
Sure, but like
And
when
do-
I
do
look at
people-
when I look at pictures of myself when I was 20, like do I think I was beautiful? Yeah, but like I see myself now and like I think that things about me now, maybe if they're not like as physically attractive, I see them as attractive because it like shows things that I've like been through.
What do you mean physically?
Yeah, I don't know, like
Yeah, like how many burgers you've been through, how many beers, how much green stuff that grows in a plant with a 3-4 leaf.
because I do think that like confidence and energy does come out physically. You know, the way you carry yourself, the way you hold yourself. So I think like as an insecure 20-year-old versus a secure 30-year-old versus a very secure 40-year-old versus like a glowing 50-year-old, I think there could be differences.
I mean, a 50-year-old man, sure. But, heck.
Wait, a secure 30-year-old?
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
so.
how can you be secure if just having a single conversation on a rating would undo years of therapy?
It
That doesn't
didn't,
sound like
but it
security.
didn't because I drew a boundary.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't sound like security, but okay.
Well, I mean, that's
Sounds like
I
self-delusion.
draw a boundary for a triggering subject. That's actually what adults do. If it's something you don't want to talk about, you don't have to talk about it. We have many things that we're not supposed to talk about on this podcast.
Yeah, but it's not because we
boundary.
wouldn't want to talk about them. It's because we're at the confines and the mercy of the platform that we're on. Not because I wouldn't
Why
want
do
to
you
actually
think
get
those?
into those
Why do you
things.
think those topics are not allowed on this platform?
Because a bunch of fucking communists own the platform.
Well,
That's why.
okay.
Honestly.
That sounds like a generalization.
It is. Well, yeah, it is a generalization, specific generalization.
Well,
I think we know who's gonna rage quit.
Andrew?
No, I probably will leave early though because I got to go to work tomorrow.
Oh.
Not right now, but keep going.
It's just too triggering for you, and you can't handle the conversation. And yet, every chance you get, you exhale on the mic. You groan on the mic.
So much for the bad bitch.
Did I say I was a bad bitch?
You did earlier in your
Did I?
kind of conversation. You rewind it. You said that's why my therapist told me to be a bad bitch.
Oh,
me to be a dad. You know what I mean?
Bad bitches
Well,
gotta
so
go to
question
bed
on
early.
this. Question on this. Kind of rewinding a bit here. You're 31. Do you think you were better looking at 21 than you are now at 31?
Physically, sure, yeah.
Oh. Physically, sure.
Yeah.
Well, so, but why can't you answer the definitive, like moving forward in time?
Because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, just looking at, I guess, trajectory.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Sure, of course, but
that happened.
do you have stocks?
I'm sure I do somewhere.
Well, it's possible there could be total societal collapse and your stocks could end up worthless. But if you had to be a betting woman in 10 years' time, knowing what you know about the stock market, for example, over periods of time, it just goes up, 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 even if we're currently like going through a bit of a crash. But over time, it's just continually going up, 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 even if there's periods of decline in the stock market, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, best guess?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, all right.
Do you not have a mother to look at and say, this is
My mother's
how...
like really beautiful.
Well, yeah, so that's how you can possibly gauge how you'll look in the future, right?
Yeah.
By looking at your mother.
But I could like gain 50 pounds, lose 50 pounds. I could get a whole lot of Botox,
No, but you can see what your
Botox.
genetics will do
I
for
could.
your...
Yeah, but gaining and losing 50 pounds won't change the under... Okay. I don't even...
your
Yeah.
body and
Yeah.
what you could possibly end
Sure.
up doing. So you could make a generalization of saying yes or no. Right.
Oh, sure.
Just curious.
Okay, I could.
And
Yeah.
that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I look at my mother and go, That's how she aged.
Okay.
Will I age the same?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You are 26, better looking in 10 years' time at 36?
I think so.
46?
Hopefully.
56?
Yeah.
Better looking?
Yeah.
66?
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen?
Yeah.
Okay. 76, better.
What's the second law of thermodynamics?
Looking at 76 as compared to now at 26?
Hell yeah.
If you were to remain in your current industry, do you think you, in terms of the money you can make, you think
The money goes up when you get older.
you think there's more demand for 76-year-old porn stars as compared to
Yeah.
26-year-old porn
Hell yeah.
stars?
No freaking way.
Okay. You are 37, better looking at 47 in 10 years' time? Or better looking now?
She's 37? Okay, no. I understand totally why she said she was an 8. Yeah, she's like, I can only imagine how attractive this girl was when she was 20. If she's aged to almost 40 and she looks like that. Okay, no. Agreed. Although she's not currently an 8, I would say she's a 6. But still, to be a 6 at almost 40 is very impressive. Good work.
Because I'm at 8 age.
Good work.
I would say maybe about the same, hopefully better looking.
Respect.
But the older I get, I would say it's probably go down.
And you're 37. Do you think you're better looking at 27 than you are now at 37?
No,
Better looking at 27.
37.
Oh, better looking
No
at 37
way.
than at 27.
No freaking way.
All right. And then better looking at 57 as compared to 37?
I think I'm
20
going to
years?
start to go down a little bit.
Sure. 22, better looking at 32 than now?
Hopefully if I start working out.
Okay.
But
What if you don't? What if you don't start working out and you stay the same weight?
I think I'd probably be better looking now.
Okay.
Gonna-
And then what? Okay. So better at 22 than 32. Okay. And then for you, 40, better looking at 50 than you are now at 40.
No way.
Okay. And then were you better looking at 30 than you are now at 40?
Yeah, my 30s were definitely my prime.
She's 40? Man. Okay, some girls take care of themselves really well. Yeah, some girls take care of themselves really well. Like, I didn't think she was 40. I thought she was like late 30s. But anyway, well done. Again. Wow.
Okay. And were you better looking at 20 than you were at 30?
Nope. 20s were definitely like party, don't care about yourself.
Sure.
30s were like
30s were the okay.
yeah,
Sure.
I was in my prime of weightlifting
then-
and all that. So
40. Do you think you'll be better looking at 50 than you are now at 40?
no.
She's 40
Into the mic
as
if
well.
you can.
Wow.
Were you better looking at 30 as compared to now at 40?
No, actually,
I guess girls are really learning to take care of themselves. No, they're not looking that bad for their age at all. Like,
I think I look better now at 40 than I did at 30.
well done.
Okay, and then better looking
At 20?
better looking now than at 20.
I think yes, actually.
Better looking now
Yeah.
than at 20. Okay. And really quick, going back to you, better looking at 20 than now?
No.
No. Okay,
Nope.
got it. And then Chrissy, you're 27, better looking now, or will you be better looking at 37?
Oh, I'll look better now.
Okay. And then better looking now, or will you be better looking at 37, 10 years
Now.
Okay. Okay, there you have it, folks. There are the answers. Thank you, Matthew, for the gifted 5 memberships. The 10 rating is an interesting one to me. You don't want to get into it, though, but you rated yourself a 10. You also said, though, you would be better looking in 10 years' time. So how can you be a 10 now, but also be better looking? Or excuse me, actually, just to be fair, I think you said you'll be the same.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't make that argument.
Yeah, but she also said she'd be the same at 50.
Yeah. I think I really like old people. I think a lot of old people are really beautiful. You
Okay,
can see
but
that they have a lot of
liking
life
them doesn't
experience. I
mean-
think a lot of people don't even make it to 50, and I think if you're lucky enough, you should really cherish the life you have. And
True.
yeah, I don't know. I
Agreed.
very cherish who
Agreed, but what does that have to do with physical attractiveness?
people are as people more than I
You're just
guess
virtue signaling.
what they physically look. A soul is more important to me.
Oh
my
my
partner
God,
is considerably
please.
more attractive to me.
Virtue signaling! My lord.
now that I know him more than when I first met him.
Okay.
Considerably more. Considerably more.
Nice of you to say.
So, yeah, I think the more I get to grow and learn as a person, the better I'll be in a lot of different areas.
Sure, but
and that's just me personally. I understand that, not everyone's going to rate me a 10 out of 10, and I'm okay with that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, really quick, going back to you, do you think all women are 10s?
I think it's whatever they rate themselves.
Do you think all men are 10s? One sec.
Seriously, Shelby donated $200. Can we get the orca out of the room? Let's be honest, she doesn't want the truth and wants to be in Lulu land. She needs the heat to see reality. First time donation, long time watcher.
All right, seriously, Shelby, thank you for the TTS, appreciate it. Are all men 10s?
It's whatever they think of themselves. Like, I think your self-esteem is really important.
But why, when earlier I asked if you've ever seen a mid guy with a beautiful woman, you were able to make some sort of determination as to people's physical appearance, that you're making a judgment on their physical appearance. Otherwise, how would you be able to categorize the woman as beautiful and the man as mid or average in the looks department? And so I'm a little confused with that.
Okay, what do you want to break down?
Well, you do have some basis for being able to make determinations when it comes to physical appearance.
Okay.
Because you were able to categorize the man as mid.
Sure.
And the woman as beautiful.
Okay.
And so I guess where I'm confused is how and why.
What are you confused about?
Well, you have these objections to the rating thing. You think it's objectification. You think it's disgusting. But you didn't seem to have any hesitation at all when it came to categorizing a man as a mid. So was your own categorization that you made of a man being mid? Because
I think everybody has a preference.
But is it objectification and disgusting on your end?
No, because I'm not going to sit here and go around a table and say who's a mid and who's not and ask everybody to rate themselves.
Sure, it could be somebody who's not even in the room, just something that's come into your mind through your even imagination. You could have made them up in your mind, might have not even been a real person you've seen.
Sure.
But is it disgusting and objectifying for you to be able to make a determination if a man's a mid in terms of his looks?
I mean, I think there's inherent, maybe judgment off the bat, but I think to put it online and to, put it on a panel is objectifying and disgusting.
So what they're doing is objectifying.
Even if you're talking about the circle.
All right. That's enough. I'm out of patience. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all the notifications. Go buy my books like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom and Bobby, Dylan, Russell, Brian, Andrew, Anna, Armani, and Nicholas. Shout outs to you, most recent purchase of both my books, Strategist Guide to Seduction and Quotes to Live By. Thank you. My books can be found at bit.ly/heliosbooks. If you'd like coaching, you can message me at theheliosblog@gmail.com, like Nicholas H there. And I do offer early access content on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.